I guess we made the point. I mean, I know I made the point that a lot of the feeder series in IMSA are single class, you know, and I think it would be a better show to have, instead of the races which were averaging 6 and 6 or whatever. I just thought it was a better show to have, Warren agreed to have 15 touring cars. Um, yeah, yeah. So yeah, no, that's the general gist of it. To give you guys the idea, officially it's a support series for Camel GT. As you know, they kind of take on a life of their own, like Grand National has and whatnot. But that's where we're at here, guys. Round one of the season 20. No, the 40, 45. Yeah, yeah. They're averaging 45, 40 or 45 minutes for most of them. No problem. Yeah, I got you. Yeah, that's a good call. You can run the oval if you want. Yeah, but yeah, we're all set. Just to let you know, the weather's medium cloud. Welcome round one of the season 26 GrandAm Touring Series Championship. So you guys know the drill here. You're going to have 5 minutes to qualify. When qualifying's over, you'll line up single file. There will be a strategy stop at the end of the first lap, and we'll go green at the end of the second. I'm going to have a very small flag limit read. I was thinking three being the flag limit, and the final 10 minutes are green to the finish. So once you hit 10 minutes remaining, it's green to the finish either way. Um, Single file starts and restarts. Uh, I believe we are running the classic layout here, so no bus stop. Um, when you pit, you can use whatever tire compounds you want. You can use whatever ABS traction control stability you want. I think that's about the gist of what these cars have. And basically put on a good show. Biggest thing is, careful in turn one. You all know the show and go rule. Be careful on the bumping. This is touring car racing. It's the stock car racing of Road Series, so there is going to be a little bump and grind here. But let's keep it bump and grind on the, on a lower level, not on the R. Kelly level. All right. So let's just be, let's yeah, don't, yeah, no dive. Watch the dive bombing. If you're not up beside them before the corner, you're not quite there. Be careful when you get too wide through the S's. As far as the drafting goes, best of luck. You gotta have a little bit of the oval skills when you're up there, but should be a good show. I'll let you qualify, and then I'll give us the starting order and first round of the championship. Good luck, guys, and we'll basically go right into at-large qualifying for the Daytona Continental after this. All right, 5 minutes to queue, guys. I'm broadcasting it. Yeah. I'll be on. I'll be 100. I'm gonna be 100. I'm gonna be 100% serious with you guys right now. 100% serious. All together, just in points races, I've made over 500 starts in this league. Just points races. And I'm willing to bet you that I haven't raced more than, honestly, 10 or 12 of them stone cold sober. Yeah. But I'm not a drinker, so do the math. But yeah, the honest to God truth is I'm one of those, bloodthirsty, Michael Jordan level competitors when I'm stone cold sober, so you wouldn't like racing with me much. All right, good luck, guys. Put a little map on, but those of you watching, I'll leave the timings on during qualifying. Not much for you to see out there. Plus, I'm lazy and I want to go to the bathroom. All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is the first official GrandAm Touring Series race. So the winner here today is the first winner. So our first pole sitter is Webbloom from Inside Line Racing. Congratulations. If I get your team affiliation wrong, just holler at me because I'm still learning after we had a wild, silly season. All right, it's PT will start second from Extreme Speed Motorsports. Third will be Defense from Team Dynamo Racing. Fourth will be Rita St. James from JME Motorsports. Fifth will be Guntar from Inside Line Racing. Sixth will be WKK in the wrong damn car from JME. Sorry, Gunter. Sorry, Gunter. Green Mountain Enterprises. I was distracted by my driver in the wrong damn car. All right, WKK for JME Motorsports apparently. Seventh will be Cali, also from Team Dynamo. Eighth is Chunky Beef in the Independent. Ninth is Azari in the Independent. 10th, Progar from Green Mountain. 11th will be Muttley from Aussie Race Team. 12th is Boosted from Inside Line Racing. 13th, Flat Out from Aussie Race Team. 14th is Super 8 in the Independent. And 15th is Blondies from 6-2 Motorsports, your winner of the late model race earlier in Speed Weeks. All right, guys, Speed Weeks rolls on. Give us a good show. And I'll be in the broadcast booth if you need me, Rita. Bye. All right, here we are, guys. I'm going to be popping in and out of the broadcast booth during this show, but I'll get you started here. The first round of the SCL Season 26 GrandAm Touring Series. And they're going to be rolling off here on their parade laps to the start. You just heard the starting order. And they'll be doing their strategy stop here. This is the first round of the championship. Those of you waiting by, we will immediately be following with at-large qualifying for tonight's Camel GT Series Daytona Continental. So I'll be looking forward to that. But for this one, 15 cars, first round of the GrandAm Touring Series Sport Race, 45 minutes on the clock, including the parade lap and strategy stop time. Should be a good show. And I'll be rolling momentarily. All right, well, they're coming around here. Field catching up, getting ready to take the start in the GrandAm Daytona Challenge, first round of 10. This is our road racing, top road racing support class. Of course, the race immediately following this one is the SCL Season 26 Daytona Continental for the Camel GT Series. But this ought to be a good show. Take a look through the field. Webbloom, you already got the starting lineups at the beginning of the broadcast. Webbloom, It's PT, Defense, Clap, Rita, and Guntar making up your top 5. But a full 15-car field in what really amounts to a sprint race. They only got a 3-caution limit. Final 10 minutes are green to the finish, so these races were unscored support races last season, and every one of them was a shootout in this class, and now this field has a full racing series to run on. So we're looking forward. Another newer driver, second season, Webbloom for newly formed Inside Line Racing, winning the first GrandAm Touring Series pole. Some notables, you go back to shotgun in the field, you got Blondie's Mister from brand new 6'2 Motorsports, who was the winner earlier in Speed Weeks of the late model series race on Tuesday. Speed Weeks winding down tonight, night 10 of 11. Of course, we got the Daytona 500 tomorrow, which everyone's looking forward to. And they are coming around NASCAR 4 turn 9 on the classic road course. And they're going to be coming down for the start of the GrandAm Daytona Challenge. Webbloom leading them down. Turn 1 could be Calamity Corner if these guys aren't careful. All right, and we're green flag. Season 26 underway for the GrandAm Touring Cars. Webbloom taking the inside. PT going way outside, making contact. Do they make it through cleanly? Let's go about 5 deep. There's Warren. We'll go back to the front. Come through the international hairpin. There's the race for the lead. Webbloom and It's PT. Going through turn 5 now. And we head on to turn 6 for the first trip onto the oval. These guys made it through cleanly. Very, very good job. I mean, it's a support series, a lot of rookies, and a handful of regulars on the top Camel GT series. One of them right there up front, It's PT, has taken the lead here. Let's get on the chase cam and go back through the field. You see it moving up. Settle on board here with Progar. That's your pack battling for 6th. Big glut of cars coming into turn 1 at speed for the first time. I'll be lucky if they make it through. Mostly BMWs in this field. As a matter of fact, that's all I see right now as these guys are skating out. That's definitely going to be a caution. There's our first caution as they were fighting through the kink after turn 1. And that is definitely our first caution of a possible 3. They tried to keep it off of each other. All right, so we got our first caution in the GrandAm Touring Series. Only 3 in the race, being a very short race, just 45 minutes on the total clock. But we will be getting ready for one of the big ones, one of the SCL's biggest sports car events. It'll be the 14th running of the SCL's Daytona Continental. Season 26 kicks off the Camel GT Series, as the P2s and the GTEs go out for one of our premier sports car events. Several former winners will be in the field tonight, and many of the guys in this race, in the support race here in GrandAm, are going to be frantically trying to get through an at-large qualifying, which should begin, pretty much immediately after this race. Yeah, it'll begin immediately after this race. All right, they'll be going green the next time by. Its PT managed to take the lead. Defense up to second. Guntar moved up to third. Webbloom, your pole sitter, has fallen back to fourth. And Callie has moved up to fifth. There's your top 5. Warren was one of the ones caught up in that wreck, or he chose to pit under the yellow. He will be starting shotgun on the field here. On the restart. It's PT now in his 5th SCL season, the owner driver for Extreme Speed Motorsports. He has won, I don't have the numbers in front of me, but he is one of the drivers who has accomplished the American Tour Grand Slam. He has won in the Winston Cup Series, in the Camel GT Series, and in the IndyCar Series. So he's one of a handful of drivers to have accomplished that feat of winning at all 3 major series on the American Tour. In his 5th season, if he runs this series full time, no doubt, being a veteran, has a shot at taking the championship. But we're looking forward to him in the Daytona Continental later. He's a definite contender there as well. Although at-large qualifying is going to be absolutely cutthroat. Not sure how many provisionals we have checked in, but they all check in. There's only 5 total spots available in the 2 classes, and that means only the best of the best are going to get through. We're expecting upwards of around 30 entries for the 15 spots in the Continental. So that would put 20 at-large qualifiers for 5 spots, so it's going to be very difficult to get into the field of the main race. Well, they're about to go green now. They did good on the opening lap. Let's see if they can take it on the restart here. I think the strategy is to be chill and not lose positions until you hit the oval. Oh, PT slides way off the track. Watch that rejoin. He does a real good job. Does a real good job rejoining the track there. That's going to shoot Gunter to the lead. Got to give PT credit. That was we may be under another caution. Yeah, it appears so. While that's going on, I'm going to do some maintenance here. They should be going back to green here, as they did not make a lap. That is the second yellow of 3. It's PT shot all the way to the back of the field. He went wide. He did about as good of a job as you could do, trying to keep it. He had to merge back in and get back on the asphalt before the hairpin. Otherwise, he would have either speared the field or come to a stop, and he tried his best, but obviously there was contact. Warren shot all the way up to 9th from the back of the field on that, through that caution. So some guys benefiting, but up front it's going to be Gunter, Webloom, defense, his teammate Callie, and Rita St. James from JME rounding out the top 5. Gunter still flying high now, the second season driver, as he picked up his first. Actually, it was Progar who took up the win. I'm losing my mind here, guys. In the Indy Lights race. So Gunter would love to get his first points win. We had an anticipation that Green Mountain Enterprises would be a team to reckon with here in their first season, and they already have shown that, at least in the support races. Sport series, they've been excellent. All right, going back to the green flag. 27 minutes remaining. Guys take the corner pretty well. Gunter being pretty conservative through there. There's 15 cars jockeying for position. If you don't want to ignite that next yellow, you got to be careful. Back in the field onto 5th place. There's Progar. Callie went off track. Fell back to 8th. Field comes through turn 6. You can see them still stacked on each other. These guys holding it together pretty well. Guntar maintaining the lead. Warren leading that second group just ahead of teammate Rita. Little bumping and grinding going on back there. Some chase cam will get on board with Callie, who fell back from up front and is currently in 10th. Trying to work his way through the field here. Callie from one of the longest established and most decorated teams in SCL, Team Daytona Racing, also the team with which I started my SCL career with. Who up into the wall. Somebody, that was Blondie's, I think, just knocked Chunky Beef straight into the wall. Lost sight of where, I think that was Blondie's, lost sight of where he was at. Just pushed that car up into the fence. We'll get back on board with Callie like we were. Now up to 9th. But yeah, that was pretty brutal. Go back to Muttley as he's right with this group. But currently battling for 7th. Got to be real careful here in turn 1. Rita trying to stay off of them. Get on to Rita, who's in the middle of this battle, currently in 8th. Got Callie on her tail, Azari in front. Ooh, Callie spins it a little. This is a dogfight through there. All right, back up front. Guntar, head of defense. That's stay down killing for those of you who don't know. He had himself a Cassius Clay situation. Webbloom is not far behind him, as is Progar or Warren. Top 5 have a little bit of a gap on the rest of the group. That's why track position is so vital in a touring car series. Those of you wondering, GrandAm Touring Series is the American Tour Touring Car Championship and a support series for Camel GT. This group's still pretty stuck together out there on the track. There's the battle for 10th. Then you've got the battle there for 6th. Blondie's, Rita, and Azari. Take a look at Blondie's, who started shotgun on the field. 15th, has moved all the way up to 6th. He was a winner, as I said earlier this week, in the late model series here on the Big Oval. His first career SCL points win. He just kept on going. Rita kept going wide, trying to give him room. But they held it. Zari was able to get by both of them in that situation, move up to 6th. Give some time up front here. It looks like on the oval, defense clap. Stay down has taken the lead, but he's ahead of Gunter, who's probably comfortably drafting him right there. Defense, the pole sitter for tomorrow's Daytona 500. He's a former Daytona 500 winner back in season 23. Won his third Daytona 500 pole, and will be leading the field down. That's the battle up front. We'll get back to them, but there are there's a lot of action. Warren's got a little bit of a gap there in fifth. Probably needs to pick up a draft from someone behind him to really have a shot at running down those top four. Daytona's a unique animal among all the cars that, or all the tracks that these series will run. You know, Camel GT and GrandAm on Saturdays. It's you got to have that drafting element here as well. Blondies has pulled away from the next group. He's comfortably in sixth. There's Azari, Rita. And then you've got Cali in this group. We'll stay on them for the moment. Battle for ninth place, about 12.5 seconds behind the leader. These guys are nose to tail. Battling for the top 10, vital to getting a provisional, locking you into next week's race at Long Beach. Boosted slid by him, but that 10th place spot is critical for these drivers, so you don't have to qualify in on time for next week's event. This group all over each other here. They've caught up to Blondies as he goes to the high side. These three are going to freight train him, led by Rita. But they're trying to gain the time to catch up to the cars in front of them with 16 minutes to go. I think that's what they're thinking. Let's line up and we can fight later. This whole line of cars from 7th through 11th right here. They come down into one, trying to stay off each other. They make it through. Meanwhile, up front, those two, Defense and Guntar, have broken away from the field here. 7 seconds on the field. They got about 5 minutes to sweat out another caution before it'll be green to the finish. But it looks to me like Guntar is just sitting there in second, saying, I'm gonna stay right where I'm at, try to keep them close, and then make my run on the last lap. We saw Rita do that last night on teammate WKK to take the win at the US 400. Got to give her congratulations there. That was her 9th career IndyCar win, and it was the third time she's won the US 400, including the second season in a row. So congratulations to Rita on that. Those two breaking out. Webbloom sitting back in third with Progar and Warren. That's third, fourth, fifth. Trying to pick up some time on these guys. Are not doing it at the moment. Then you've got sixth sitting kind of by himself, Azari right now. But seventh all the way back to about 12th. Or seventh back to 11th anyway. That's 7th through 10th right there. Drafting down. Oh, Boosted gets down onto the flat. He's just going to have to accept the loss of position, get back in line, and get back on the throttle. That'll kill you. You hit the flat right there. But Cali still leading that group as they're running about 14 seconds back. Making up some ground on Azari in sixth in front of him. And I'd be neglectful if I didn't note there's some very good racing going on in the back here as well. Muttley's at the tail end of that field, and then you've got the three cars at the back of the field, Chunky, Super, and Flat Out. Two independents and an Aussie race team car. And these guys are racing. A couple of them are quick. They just haven't had a clear track to make a move. As we get on Super, the longtime SCL vet, who didn't make the switch over to the new software immediately back in season 22, but we're seeing him return to the racing. He's, of course, a former IndyCar Series champion and an Indianapolis 500 winner. But he's still getting the feel for these cars and looking to hook up and draft and see what happens, you know. I don't know how this is going to play out. These cars on top of each other. Meanwhile, Guntar and Defense just running away from the field. Running 1-2, hooking up. As I said, running a little late here because the at-large qualifying for this did not have provisionals to use, as it being a new series. So those of you waiting and watching, let the drivers know. We'll pretty much be going right into at-large qualifying off of this. So just hang tight. Got a long race tonight. And you got Progar and Warren running 3-4. They're trying to hook up to catch back up, but I guarantee you when you get towards the end here, they're going to be fighting for a podium finish. Big points bonus comes from that. Same thing with the top five. Webbloom sitting kind of by himself in fifth. He's got Azari not far back chasing him in sixth, and then comes that glut of cars led by its PT right now in seventh, who started second, I believe. Time to get some action. Let's get Flat Out and Super lost a little of the plot there. Let's go ahead and give Blondie's some time here. He's back in 12th. Take a look inside the BMW cockpit here. Blondie's went from 15th, was as high as 5th or 6th, and now he's back in 13th, but still in the draft. And with 10 minutes to go, he's a little over 10 minutes to go, he's at least fighting for a shot at top 10 finish. Goes up the outside, going to try to take it 3 wide. He's following Muttley. Blondie's goes over way too soon. I didn't quite catch it, but it looks to me like he came down early, and that's probably going to bring out our final caution. Couldn't quite tell because we were in his onboard, but it looked to me like he had not cleared. Did they call that a caution? I believe so. Yeah, they're slowing it down now. Yeah, I believe, I'm not sure because we were in his cockpit, but it seemed to me like he took the draft and tried to sweep it down and just was not clear. And looks like he wiped out a car with him there. You could hear from the motor sound that he hadn't cleared the cars. At least on my headphones, I could. The left side of his car, if I'm in the cockpit there, you could hear the engine right up next to him. So I was pretty sure that if he tried to make a move there, it wasn't going to be good. And I think that's what happened. Although a car underneath him could have come up on him too a little bit. So it's hard to tell when we were in the cockpit. But you saw him looking. And as they say, that gives us a whole new look here. We hit the third caution. There's only 9 minutes to go. There's going to be a pit stop, and there's going to be about an 8-minute or so shootout here. So 4 laps, 5 laps maybe. But we'll give you the rundown of our order here. We've got defense Clap taking the lead. Guntar brought it home in second. Progar, his teammates, third. WKK of JME's fourth, and Webbloom of Inside Line Racing holding fifth. And you've got Azari. It's PT. I'm boosted. Callie. Muttley's in the 10th spot. Rita St. James back in 11th. Chunky Beef 12th. Flat Out in 13th. Blondie in 14th. And Super 8 is shotgun on the field. We'll see if anybody decides to come in and take tires. I would think that giving up the track position here is brutal. And you don't have a whole lot of laps to get heat in the tires to begin with. But you never know. There's always that possibility. The truth is that it doesn't matter because there are no more yellows from here. These guys are going to get out with about 6.5, 7 minutes left, and it's just going to be a straight shootout. We got anybody looking? Looks like Super 8 shotgun on the field is going to say, why not? Probably just going to take some tires. Hopefully he knows not to put fuel in. We'll see if Super did his homework. Not showing us the graphic of the tire change, but I guarantee you that's what's going on. God, I hope you're not putting fuel in, Super. No, he didn't. Good job, Super. All right. Part of me here thinks that we ought to just stay back in the field on the chase cam. And see what unfolds in front of us on this restart. And we'll start with Super. And work our way up to see where the action is, because this is going to be the final restart. Defense and Guntar had separated from the field, and now this group is going to be right on top of each other. 15 cars, all still on the lead lap, all shooting for their finish position, and this kind of late restart almost always breeds some kind of wild move that's not going to work. So we're hoping to see it run clean. The smart thing here is to avoid spinning yourself out through the infield on the first lap off the restart. Get to turn 6 right here, back on the oval, and make that turn well, so you get maximum speed going through the big oval section into turn 1. And then, if you beat everybody back into turn 1, that's when you can try to sweep through the infield, gain some time, and hopefully get a little bit of a gap to at least be able to hold most of your track position when the pack catches you. But that's what makes Daytona as much as it's known as a stock car track, it's as famous worldwide as a sports car track. And the Daytona Continental for us has been running almost as long as the Daytona 500. It's known for that unique roval quality to it. All right, so Camel GT guys, thank you for standing by. About 10 minutes left until the entry deadline for Camel GT, so make sure you get all that in, guys. All right, we're coming down for the final restart. Took a little longer than anticipated, so they got 5 minutes. Defense will lead us down through turn 1. We're going to stay back here and move through the field as they're coming to the line. GrandAm Daytona Challenge is up for grabs now. There goes Rita. She goes around. That was Flat Out and Rita getting tangled up. Muttley also got caught up in it. Super appears to have made it through. Rita comes back out. There's Chunky Blondie, who appeared to get in a little bit of that. We're on board with I'm Boosted now in 9th. They're part of this main group. They head down to turn 6. It's like Muttley and Flat Out had some real problems there. There's this whole group running from basically 1st through 9th. There's Azari and Cali for 7th place. They're looking at Web Bloom right in front of them. Get these guys through turn 1, and then we're going to focus on the battle up front for the race win. Boosted goes way wide. Somebody gets shot off there. That was Cali. I think it might have been could have been Blondie who got into him, not sure there. Might have been somebody, it might have been Web Bloom. Don't want to call them out when I'm not sure who they are. But meanwhile, here's the battle up front. You got the front 5 cars all stuck together, with 6th place not far behind them. Progar has the lead. His Green Mountain teammate Guntar is right behind. Defense is right there. WKK and its PT. Let's get on its PT. The back of this chase. There's Azari. He's part of this now as well. Boosted, I'm not quite sure. Let's go ahead and get on here with Azari in 6th. Or get a little closer with its PT. Maybe one more lap to go. Might be taking the white flag here. That's defense on the outside. He's bouncing back and forth a bit. And they haven't touched him. Ooh, a little bump there from Warren. Whoa. Warren getting smacked around a little bit there. He dives hard to the inside. Makes it work. And gets pushed into the wall. These guys are going for it right now. Way late move there, Azari. Oh boy. Way late move. He made it work, but that was... He's lucky those drivers were smart and backed off of it. On board with defense. There's Azari again. Might be calling the wrong cars. If I did, my apologies. This, I think, is our best view here, as this is definitely the last lap. Its PT's out front right now, but here comes the draft. All right, they're coming down to it now. PT trying to break the draft, weaving all across the track. Progar going to the high side. Which way does Guntar go? He's going to the low side. There's defense. They're going to go 5 wide here, which is silly. And they're wrecking. And I think Guntar might have got it. Warren trying to cross the line here as they had a big wreck coming down the edge of the speedway. Callie goes around. It's him and Chunky get together. Rita getting banged around as these cars are sliding through the infield. There's all kinds of chaos breaking out because I think certain cars didn't make the line and didn't score. So we appear to have chaos on the track here at this moment. Who the hell was that? Muttley losing control of the car. It appears... Oh no, are they still racing? Yeah, I guess we did not. No, we did take the checkered flag. Wow, this is wild, and we're going to have to sort this out, but it appears as though Progar has picked up his second win of Speed Weeks here in the GrandAm Touring Series. Yes, that's how it's going to be. Progar from Green Mountain Enterprises takes the win. It's going to be Callie coming home in second. Boosted third, Chunky fourth, Super fifth. We got some kind of scoring issue. I'm going to get the screenshots anyhow and get back in the room and start sorting this out. But it looks like Progar's our winner. All right, going to take a look at it here. Wow, what the hell happened? Rita, it was a great race, guys. I'm wondering what the hell happened at the end. Rita, you want to was the scoring messed up or something? It's possible. I mean, no, it had something to do. If that's not the order that you think. I mean, I saw you guys spinning across the infield, so it looks like it's about how most people crossed. But it's not nothing. We've run without the bus stop for 5 seasons. You know. Yeah, I mean the fact is the fact is, guys, they're ultimately going to say the scoring is the scoring where it puts you, unless we have something grossly wrong that happened. It's so I yeah, that's what I'm saying. What I'm asking. I thought it was Progar that crossed the line first. He's the one who won the race. At least what I was watching. I mean, we're not. Let me tell you right. Let me tell you guys right now, though, right off the bat, though, that we're not going to go sweeping through replays and placing you. Either we validate the results or we invalidate the results. That's basically what's going to happen. It is, but what you're okay, Rita. What you're looking at though is you got to understand. Even if you're looking at the replay, what you're looking at is the cars start wrecking, people start crossing the line, and the numbers start changing. We're not going to sit there for 5 hours in slow motion sorting out who hit the line where. You know, that's take way too much time. Yeah, yeah, and that's official. Yeah, we were we were fine. We were fine until they went 5 wide on the front stretch and tried to stick. Uh, I expected it to fan out. I did not expect cars to try to bull their way through and make a hole where there wasn't one. But whatever it was, that's what sent everybody spinning. So basically, what I'm saying is we're going to look at it, but it'll either be validating or invalidating the results. As of right now, Progar is the official winner, unofficial winner, I guess, until we check it. But the point, but yeah, we'll have to we'll have to look we'll have to review it and see. And if it takes place and it takes place, then you'll see the race result invalidated. If it's a minor adjustment, then we might be able to do something. But the point is, now is not the time. We got to get ready for the Camel GT. So we got to we'll sort it out over the coming week. As of right now, Progar walks home with the trophy. But the fact is, we'll be looking at it. If it's some kind of minor, what it basically comes down to is if we can see clearly what happened, then we might make a ruling on it and set the results. But the fact is that if it's anything more, if we see cars spinning and then the list starts changing, it's going to be too much, you know. But we we really. Yeah, I have no idea what happened at the end. I couldn't tell you right now. So we'll have to figure it out. But either way, that stuff happens. But just keep in mind, the last word on it I'll say is keep in mind that, like Rita had said, we saw that happen with Twindy in the race earlier this week. And we talked about it among the officials, and we said, look, uh, it's, obviously there's exceptions where there's major problems that we can do something. But the fact is, if you wreck across the line and then complain that it shot you down, I mean, what are we supposed to say? You if it's a wreck, it's a wreck. I mean, it's good. Whatever happens. The best advice to not have that happen is don't wreck coming to the line, even though it's not always your fault. Obviously, we understand that, but the fact is, we have 9 points racing series. We just don't have the time to go through these one at a time and confirm that you were in 8th place when you crossed the line. So what we're going to do here, Rita, I'll get the room Well, get with me in the party. You guys can hang tight or warm up or whatever. It's not going to be very long till we're calling you in. Rita will get with me in the race control, and we'll sort out our entry list. And we might have 2 different at-large qualifying rooms going per class. So just hang tight, guys, and we will get you in there here in the next few minutes. It was a good race, though. It was a really good race. We'll sort it out, but altogether, even at the end, where there's contact, it was a really good race. You guys did really well there. All right, okay, we'll catch up with you shortly. Yeah, I have no idea what happened there, Rita. I will stop it now.